Alright folks, Pachingas Idiot, we're back. Let's collect this for more energy. Let's claim the final reward. And let's head over here. Let's go for this. Okay, get this. The handgun you found at the innkeeper's safe house is registered to Mike Hamilton, and it's been fired recently. Well, this guy keeps finding ways to show up on our radar. Let's bring him in. And of course, welcome back, guys. The blood sample you found on the handcuffs is a match to Pascal Adamo. So Mr. Adamo already found the innkeeper's safe house. I wonder why he didn't lure us considering the deal he made with Mr. Reddington. Let's bring him in. Yeah. Focus, there you go. Care to tell us why we found your service weapon in a criminal hideout, Mike? It's not what you think. It was stolen from me the other night at that poker game. I didn't report it missing because I was already in danger of losing my job. Please, you gotta believe me. I don't have to do anything other than report your latest screw-ups to Director Cooper. Now get out of my sight before I really lose my temper. Much as I hate to admit it, I think that idiot is telling the truth about having his weapon stolen. The thief might have wanted it to perform an untraceable hit, but on whom? We better get back into the field and find out. Did you miss me, Agent Torres? Well, I did. I can't resist your probably fake accent and total lack of moral compass. I'll try to contain myself, though. This is a business call. We found handcuffs with your blood on them at the innkeeper's safe house. Why didn't you tell us you'd found it? Did you forget your deal with Reddington? What deal? All I heard was the usual litany of Red's threats. I'm a bounty hunter. Sharing the discovery wasn't in my best interest until after I caught the garbage collector and turned them in for the bounty. But how did you know where to find them? Not even Mr. Reddington's network of contacts has deduced their whereabouts. He left behind a clue on the paper airplane dropped outside Agent Keene's apartment. That gave it away. Very silly of him not to be more careful. I don't know. I'd say it's pretty careful considering all the text on that airplane was written in code. Code that you could only have understood if you had already had the cipher. Convince me right now that you aren't working with the garbage collector. I can't. You got me this time, Agent Torres. I was hired by the garbage collector to throw anyone searching for him off the trail. We never met face to face, just communicated via encoded messages dropped in public places. Our relationship was good, until I learned that he paid me in counterfeit money. Luckily, I always take out insurance against business partners in case they double-cross me. I wiretapped Agent Reed's phone to record the garbage collector's voice, and then hid it in the safest place I know, Reddington's room. I found to retrieve the recording and then extort him, but your agent proved to be better at their job than I typically give the FBI credit for. Still, I thought I'd cut my losses by catching the garbage collector and offering up to the FBI for a small bounty. Wow, I expect the only bounty you'll get is the one placed on your head by Mr. Reddington when he learns of your involvement in this case. You mean you won't be locking me up in a nice maximum security prison until this all blows over? Nope, we're gonna cut you loose. Either your presence on the outside will flush the garbage collector out of hiding in an effort to keep you quiet, or our friend Mr. Reddington will use you as bait to catch him. Guy's probably not too happy about that. Alright, let's do this. So the reason that I have so many gems, basically, is the makers of this game liked the first video, and they reached out to me, and they were like, hey, can you record more of this? And I said the easiest way to do that is for me to get energy. And so they could send me some coins or some gems. So gems can definitely be bought. This autopsy report is from someone named Adam Brankovich. I couldn't find the name in our database, but get this. The report is signed by Agent M. Torres. Wow, it can't be a coincidence that Agent Torres' name keeps coming up at our crime scenes. She won't talk her way out of an interrogation this time. Interesting. So they help me out a lot. So what does you want now, Agent Wrestler? One explanation for what your name is doing on this autopsy report we discovered at the innkeeper's safe house. Wait, what? What could this report possibly have to do with our case? The incident in details is highly classified. I could be criminally processed for even mentioning it. But I suppose I don't have much of a choice. If that case is connected to the garbage collector, then you'll need to know everything. Mr. Brankovich was a terrorist that confessed to trying to blow up a government building. He committed suicide while serving out a life sentence. I was part of a special committee appointed to review his case. There were concerns that the FBI had overstepped its bounds in prosecuting him, perhaps even coercing the confession. Our investigation found that Mr. Brankovich suffered from a history of mental health issues, which raises doubts about his actions and confession. Well, before we could pursue the case further, the FBI task force that obtained Mr. Brankovich's confession was immediately dismantled and reassigned to other posts. The names of all the agents were kept secret. But it occurs to me that Ackerman and Reed began their undercover duties around the same time the task force was disbanded. Well, sounds like we better get back in the field and look for evidence that shows either agents Ackerman or Reed are tied to the garbage collector. And we've just received a report of a body dumped at the Washington Zoo. You and Agent Rustler better go investigate. Ah, brother. Oh, man. Oh, man. Somebody didn't make it. Well, it can't be a coincidence that this body was dumped at the zoo. It must be the latest victim of the garbage collector. But how could this have happened? Everyone on his list is either dead or under FBI protection. He's taking a big risk dumping the body here, considering the FBI has it cordoned off as an active crime scene. Could he have left the body at the zoo with some kind of message to us? Well, we better answer it by canvassing the scene for clues that could lead to his capture. Let's take a look around. Brawler, who is it? I don't see the body. Oh, there it is. Yep. I don't recall this as much. Bummer. Umbrella's up here. Forget where the watch is. Donut. Cactus. Stuffed animal. Sunglasses from giraffe. Paper crane. Paw print. Where the heck is this watch? Ah, it's up here. Ah, that's Agent Reed's body, isn't it? I guess this rules him out as a suspect. Better bring the body back to the post office for further examination. Well, we know it was either him or the other guy. 6 hours. All right, guys. So when I get back, I'm gonna have mastered all the stars on this, and I'll be ready to basically finish this off and start on the new case. This has been Pitching Ace 88. Au revoir. Alright folks, we're back. Let's finish this off. Well, there was a glove clutched in Agent Reed's hand. He might have pulled it off his killer. Try searching for DNA traces that can run against the database. Sure, no problem. I'll do your job for you. What I do. It's what I do. I've already grabbed all the stars, so it's just a matter of just finishing off this case. Yeah, I'm not even gonna look because I don't know where any of this stuff is. So there's one. There we go. I actually got some energy. Nice. Well, good work retrieving a hair off the glove found on Agent Reed's body. Aram will need some time to run against the database. You serious? I don't have to wait? Oh, look at that. Just one. While we wait for Aram to get a hit on the hair you found, we should review our existing evidence of the garbage collector. We've learned that he hired a mole inside the post office to leak the names of undercover agents, all of whom are now deceased. They also hired a bounty hunter named Pascal Adamo to obfuscate the trail leading to them. And they used associates of the Carlito family to steal biological samples from a science lab for Ranko Zamani. They paid all their associates in counterfeit bills whose quality doesn't hold up on careful inspection. And they suffer from a rare genetic condition that causes them to smell like fish, which they take medication to suppress. Given these facts, which of our suspects do you think the evidence points to as the garbage collector? I think it's this guy. Agent Ackerman is the only suspect with the means to be the garbage collector. It can't be a coincidence that evidence related to him keeps turning up at our crime scenes. The only thing we don't know is why he'd do it. Perhaps Aaron can give us some answers. Let's check on his progress analyzing the glove. Nice. Analyst confirms that the hair you recovered from Agent Reed's body belongs to Agent Ackerman. The hair also tests positive for GSR, so we can conclusively assume that Agent Ackerman shot Agent Reed. Now we just need to prove that Ackerman killed Reed because he found out that Ackerman was the garbage collector. Let's bring him in for interrogation, see if we can't trip him into giving himself away. That'd be cool. Let's do it. Well, I heard through my contacts that a body was found at the Washington Zoo. More of the garbage collector's handiwork? What appears that way, the body was Agent Reed's. The strange thing is that all of our evidence shows his name wasn't leaked by the garbage collector. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear about Reed. He was a good agent. That's right, you worked together on the Adam Brankovich case, didn't you? Wait, what are you talking about? Who's Adam Brankovich? You can drop the act. We already know you killed Agent Reed. Wearing gloves to the hit was a good idea in theory, but you forgot to take one of them with you. Well, I guess there's no point in denying something you've already proven. Yes, I killed Agent Reed. Then you should already know my next question. Why? Figured out Agent Reed was the garbage collector. He covered his tracks well, but when I learned his name was on the hit list and he wasn't dead, I got suspicious. I learned Agent Reed was responsible for the heist of those biological samples Zamani used in his bomb. He injured 3 guards during the break-in. Whoever pulled off the heist was likely the garbage collector. The papers didn't provide details on the theft, but I got a confession out of Reed with my gun. Okay, that one could be it. This one? Agent Ackerman, your story is starting to smell a bit fishy. Maybe that's just you. You can't mask your genetic condition now that you've run out of medication, meaning we can prove that you're the one who's been stalking Agent King. We can also prove that you're lying about Agent Reed being the garbage collector. The papers didn't publish details on the lab break-in, then how did you know that 3 guards had been injured? I must have been wrong about the papers not having published that information. I'm sure I read that detail about the 3 guards somewhere. I don't think so. You see, I seem to remember that very detail being recorded on a telephone call between Agent Reed and the garbage collector. You'll spend a long time in prison whether or not you tell us why you did it, but criminals like you are always trying to make a point. So tell us, what was the point of all this? The point was Adam Brankovich. I joined the FBI counterterrorism task force believing I'd be hunting down criminals and saving innocent lives. Instead, I was assigned to befriending a lonely kid who'd make the wrong friends on the internet and pushing him until he acted on beliefs that weren't his. I supplied him with a backpack of fake explosives and drove him to the site he was supposed to bomb. And when he got scared, I talked him through it. He tried to detonate the bomb, and our SWAT team grabbed him. They threw him in an interrogation room and then berated him until he signed the confession. I argued for a lenient sentence, but they wanted an example. They didn't have much of one left after he hung himself in his cell. That's when I understood that the system was broken. The FBI wasn't catching criminals, we were creating them. They dismantled my team and tried to hush the whole thing up, but I vowed to get justice for Adam. My new assignment as an undercover agent penetrating the mob was the perfect way to meet the criminals I'd need to carry out my plan. The first thing I needed was a tech-savvy FBI agent to give me the names of other undercover agents to leak. Miss Nakamura was more than up to the task. And as soon as the names of the agents started leaking, I knew I'd have the FBI hot on my trail. I hired Pascal Adamo to complicate it for them. I even reached out to Renko Zamani for support, but he'd only help in exchange for assistance on his own plan. I used my Mafia contacts to engineer the heist of that government lab and get Zamani the biological samples, so he'd assist me. And Harris? Well, that was personal. I'd always intended to use him in my plan and then get rid of him because he was Adam's interrogator. It became a necessity when Harris produced that tape recording, proving I was the garbage collector. He was the only one who recognized my voice. He set up a meeting to try and get me to turn myself in, and instead, I shot him, and then dumped his body at the Washington Zoo. I knew it was only a matter of time before he caught me anyways. All my plans started to unravel. My contacts realized they were being paid in counterfeit bills. Well, what happened to Adam Brankovich was a tragedy. No more or less of a tragedy than the lives of the 4 FBI agents who sacrificed to prove a point. The system may indeed be broken, but it also does a lot of good. The good we'll do today is seeing that you're brought to justice. Wow. 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 Well, y'all know what we're doing. Oh, 60%. I wonder if you guys are following me. Mr. Adamo is working on behalf of the garbage collector. I suppose Mr. Reddington will be paying him that social visit after all. Nice. Agent Wrestler, I know that we've had our differences, but I want to congratulate you and your team on successfully catching the garbage collector. Who knows how many more innocent agents' lives would be in danger if we'd failed. Thank you, Agent Torres. We couldn't have done it without your help. I guess you'll be leaving us now that the case is solved. Actually, Mrs. Fowler has determined that she'd like me to stay on at the post office for the foreseeable future. Oh, that's good news. Don't look so crestfallen, Agent Wrestler. I'll just be a regular member of your team. That is, unless you really screw up again. I look forward to working with you both. Good night. More Agent Torres. Guess I better get some sleep tonight to mentally prepare for that. Oh, and there's Agent Keene. You haven't been formally introduced yet, have you? Keene, do you have a minute? As long as it's quick. I was about to head out for the night. I want to introduce you to our other new agent. Nice to meet you. Ring ring. Oh, sorry, that's my phone. Reddington is calling again. Well, are you going to answer it? You can't avoid him forever. Yeah, I guess I'd better. Just when I think I'm out, he pulls me back in. Excuse me. Good work today. Now go home and get some rest. With Agent Torres joining our unit and the leads that Reddington is providing us, things are only bound to get more hectic. Congratulations, you mastered case 3. Nice. So we get to unlock the next case. Boom! Shakalaka. I will do that later. The Butcher of San Morcino. Okay. I'll see you guys in case 4. This has been Pitching Ace 88. Over and out.